Okay, so I wanted to do a quick update video. I'm sorry if it's really bright. I always pick a bad time to make these videos. But the last time, I'm pretty sure I was just talking about how I was trying to normalize my life, and I was just trying to take these last real steps in my recovery to recover. My last steps were going to be, getting back into yoga classes. I'm not sure, I haven't watched that video, so I'm not sure exactly left off. I was trying to join a gym, I was looking for a job, I wanted to move out, I wanted to do all these different things, but they're really just the big steps and the commitment steps and going back to campus, just all these different things that were scary to me, really scary. And a big part of it, I realized, is because I felt like as soon as I go back and I go back to doing all those things, like, I don't really have an excuse anymore, like, I didn't have that kind of safety blanket to have an excuse as to why I couldn't do something, or, and that's kind of terrifying. I don't know if anybody else can relate to that, but it's scary. It's a scary change, for me, going from housebound and going to school online and only seeing certain people and barely at that, and like not being able to go anywhere, I just fucking housebound, like, to doing exposures, and like, you push yourself, like, okay, I'm gonna go do this, it's an exposure, like, I want to get better, I want to do this, but then all of a sudden when you are better and you can go to all these places, and then you like have these places, like, you have to start putting yourself in the committed situations, I guess, like getting a job and school and stuff like that. That's hard. Like, what if I'm having a bad day and I have to be at work, and there's no just like, oh, well, it's an exposure, it's just very different, I guess, and it's scary to me. I've been applying for jobs for months. I'm going to the psych. I'm a psych student, so I've been going into the mental health, or applying for mental health positions, and it's really hard because a lot of people don't want somebody who's, one, in their bachelor program, two, like, without experience, and three, one of the only things that I can really say about why I deserve to work there is because, one, I'm studying it, and two, I have such like a story, I've been through it, I can understand, I'm compassionate, whatever. People don't want to hear it, and that's a huge thing, is people are like, okay, well, your last job was 3 years ago at fucking Abercrombie and Fitch, but you want to work as a mental health worker now, and you're just, what I mean, it's tough. So I got 2 volunteer positions, one as a mentor. I spend a couple times a week with this girl who has an anxiety disorder. I could have got any person, any age, with any disorder, and I got somebody with an anxiety disorder, and she's like 19, so it's pretty cool because I think I'm going to be able to help her. I believe I can help her. And then in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, I have an orientation to start working at the mental health hospital, or the state mental hospital. So that's terrifying on its own, but not to mention that my biggest OCD fear, my biggest anxiety fear, was that I was going to go crazy. I was going to lose my mind, and I was going to end up in some psych hospital or go crazy and fucking kill myself or something, which is totally illogical, but whatever. But yeah, so I applied, and I start in a couple weeks, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous in the sense that, like, it's gonna be scary because it's gonna be a lot to see. It's gonna be an intense situation. I think anybody, if you think of one of the creepiest places in the world, you're gonna, or like, what I mean, any place you can go, people usually think of hospitals and just mental hospitals, but it's also exposure-wise, it's gonna be pretty intense. But I'm ready, and I'm excited, and we'll see. I have been on 2 trips in the past, like last month I went on 2 trips. I went to Reno for 3 days, and then 2 weeks later I went camping for 3 days. Reno, I flew. I went without my boyfriend, which was huge. I've talked about how, like, in my mind, like, as long as my boyfriend was around, he could physically stop me from doing anything, and or anybody that was big enough could physically stop me, and that was a big relief to me. But my brother, yes, could physically stop me, but my brother's not paying attention to me. He's not in tune to what I'm doing and what I'm thinking, and whatever. And my mom understands, but my mom's 5'2". Like, she's not gonna do anything. So it was kind of an intense situation. The first night I could not sleep. I woke up every 5 minutes, 10 minutes from a spike of anxiety. But the second night I slept fine. Not at first, but then I fell asleep around like 12:30 and slept through the night. Joshua Tree, when I went camping, the first night I couldn't sleep. Same thing. I woke up every 5 minutes, spike of anxiety. Really anxious, a lot of OCD thoughts. Second day I was a lot better during the day, and then same at night I fell asleep. What else? I'm in the application process with one job with the county, with the mental health department, and I'm hoping I get the job. It's $13 to $17 an hour, full time, plus amazing experience. They said they're reviewing my application and they'll let me know really soon if I get an interview, so hopefully I do. I'm moving out. My boyfriend and I have been living in this apartment. We're being forced to move out. Bittersweet, because we're gonna have our own place, no roommate situation. But I hadn't lived there. Like, my stuff is there, but like my clothes, but not anything else. So now we got a 1-bedroom apartment, and we moved for $800 a month, which is unheard of, especially in Orange County and especially in the city that we live in. But yeah, so it's perfect. We have our dog, and it's perfect. A little bittersweet because we have to get rid of a cat, and I've never ever gotten rid of an animal before, like as far as giving it away, finding it at home or whatever. So during my high school years I went a little crazy and saved like 1 million cats and dogs, and now I'm paying for it, so that's kind of sad, but we'll find him a good home and move forward, I guess. But yeah, so basically I'm starting, I'm going to go back to campus in June, like school. So I'm at the end of my recovery, and I've, I think I'll always have more to go, because until my OCD is completely dead, I'm still going to have exposures, I'm still going to have problems here and there, things are going to come up, but I'm still in my group. I don't go as often because it's $30 a week and it's expensive, but I try to go as much as possible. I feel like I look really sick. I don't have makeup on, sorry. But yeah, so it's just I'm doing my best to just push myself into all the situations all at once. I didn't want to do one by one, because I just want to get better, and I just want my life to move on, and I don't want to deal with this anymore, and I'm sure everybody else feels the same way. So yeah, I can't really think of anything else because it's just so much in such a small amount of time, but yeah, I still struggle, especially anticipatory anxiety. I still have certain triggers, or certain things bother me certain days. Sometimes it's just really hard, especially when I'm nervous, like when I was going to my interviews or stuff like that. Like, my thoughts were a little loud on the way there, but it's not anything now that like it stops me. I just keep moving forward. I'm not sitting there like, can I make up, in my head I'm like, oh, can I get out of it? But I'm not really entertaining the thought anymore. It's more just like that natural fear kind of thoughts. It's not, I'm not really trying to get out of situations anymore. I'm not avoiding situations anymore. I'm not leaving situations anymore. It's just, it's huge. It's a huge improvement, and You know, like I'm tired. I used to always be like, oh, it's not that much, or it's not perfect yet, but I've done a little bit, and you know what I mean. I'd always put myself down, and now I'm just kind of to the point where I'm like, well, I've done a lot, and it is something I think that I should be proud of for myself, and it's something that I think that I still can't believe that I've had the strength that I've had. So yay me. And yay everybody keeps or all of you guys that message me all the time and tell me about your stuff. I love getting messages, I love questions, just keep them coming. I hope everybody continues on the path to recovery, because it's worth it, and it's a lot better than being housebound, I can tell you that. So again, keep questions coming. I'm here, and I get emails to my phone through YouTube and through Tumblr. So yeah, if you want my personal email, like, you can do that or whatever. It doesn't matter. Some people have been asking me to Skype. Like, I can Skype on certain days. Just let me know ahead of time. And yeah, hope everybody's doing well.